I've been vegan for about a year.
And what made you go vegan?
Well, before becoming vegan, I was a vegetarian. And I became vegetarian. I was born in a vegetarian family. We were vegetarian. And when I immigrated to America, I became non-vegetarian. And then I became vegetarian again in honor of my mentor, who was a lifelong vegetarian. When I look at myself as vegetarian, I was very satisfied with the meal, but I felt dissatisfied with the milk product eating, and mainly because I felt that I wanted to be a human being that cared for other souls that exist in this world. I don't believe that different species have different souls. We all have the same soul. All living things have the same soul. I did not want to take something from another soul that belonged to that species. And I did not like the treatment of animals by the industry, especially cows, the way they are treated so that I can have a cheap glass of milk. That just didn't go well with me. So I decided to become vegan.
So for you, it was more of a spiritual thing than a health reason.
Correct. Well, I was born a Hindu. Hindus are believe in spirituality related to all living things on this earth. And for a time, I lost that path. And I'm just migrating back to that form of simple Hinduism.
So how did you go vegan?
From vegetarianism to veganism was relatively easy. A lot more vegetable is available today than it was available in my time when I was a child. The vegetable is plentiful, not expensive, and easy to prepare.
So what would you tell people who are curious about veganism? How would you guide them? What kind of things would you tell them to do?
There are many ways of entering veganism. And one of the ways is to say that I want to improve my health. There's nothing wrong with that. Just by being vegan and cutting out meat and meat products, and then dairy products will immediately improve even simple measurable things like cholesterol level. You don't need that much protein for survival. You eat too much of protein. It's actually really hurting your kidneys. You really don't need to that. You're making your kidneys work harder. You don't need that. You want your kidneys to last till you're 110 years old. So that's the idea. Now, if you want to look at veganism from a spirituality standpoint and as a citizen of the world, then there is a way of looking at it where we say that we came in this world, we want to add to this world. We don't want to subtract things from this world. And one of the ways we can do that is let everyone in this world live freely, not just human beings, but animals as well. They also were put on this earth to enjoy the fruits of the earth. And we just grabbed them, imprisoned them, made them our slaves, and now we're using them. That's not a very good thing to do. They all have the same souls, and we should protect them.
So what would you say to other dads who don't want to go vegan?
Again, there are several ways of looking at it. One of them is, well, you want to live longer, right? If you want to live longer and play with your grandchildren and great-grandchildren, well, I think that's a good thing to do. But from a spiritual standpoint, say, well, I don't want to be a selfish person. I want to be a person that looks after everything in the world. And I want to earn some brownie points for my account balance on good and bad things that I did. I want to add up my good karmas.
Being a good example for your children.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
And are there any documentaries or books or anything you recommend that people read or watch, or how to learn more about veganism?
My experience is different than a lot of people. I think my veganism starts from my religion, although I'm not a very religious person. I don't believe in religious procedures and stuff like that. But there is something very common amongst all religion. And I learned from autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi. He talks about how is related to nonviolence, and veganism is actually a form of nonviolence. You not only create nonviolence against the other species on the earth, but against other human beings. That's where I started.
All right, well, thank you. Is there anything else you want to add or anything else you want to say?
No, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.